Danger zones. In the previous video we talked about the internal circle and the external circle. Now we will talk about the danger zones, and it's similar, it's corresponding with the previous video. So Kfir will help us modeling. This is Kfir. He has his frontal zone, the plus 45 degrees and the minus 45 degrees in between his hands. This is the frontal zone. You can see he stands with his combat stance, one leg in front of each other. One leg is forward, one leg is rear leg. And this frontal zone between the 45 and the minus 45 degrees is the first danger zone. This is where it's most dangerous for me to be. Okay. In this area he can hit me, he can kick me, he can grab me, he can manipulate me, he can do whatever he wants. So this is the first zone. We don't want to stay in this zone too long. Usually we can work from the inside, but we don't want to let him have the advantage at this zone. So this is the zone Clash of the Titans zone. The second zone is here, between the open 45 and here. Okay? See? This is 45 degrees backward, the 135 degrees. So this second danger zone is very similar to the first danger zone. He can still manipulate me, hit me, he can still manipulate me, kick me, grab me, and kill me in this zone. He's very elegant. He's very elegantly dressed, but he still has a heart of a barbarian. So this first zone and this second zone are the least preferable place for me to be, although I can do a lot from them. But still, he can do a lot either. The third zone is here. From this 45, you see his forward leg 45 degrees, here to this 135 degrees, or the minus 45 to the minus 135 degrees, and this is his blind spot. He can do something for me like long hits, or kick me here. So he can kick me here, he can hit me here, but it's much easier for me to approach and grab and take his back. And the last danger zone, of course, is his back, between the 135 and the minus 135 degrees. And this is, of course, his blind spot, and I can do here mostly whatever I want, unless he really knows how to fight with his back, which is possible, but then it will become more like back to this zone. For example, he's standing in my back, right, in my blind spot, but if I'm doing this, he already in my second zone. He was in my fourth with a little switch of position, and he's in my second zone. So I own this zone. So we have 4 zones of danger. The first zone, my control. The second zone, still my control. The third zone, I have some abilities, but it's still disadvantage zone for me. And the rear zone, this zone, is my complete disadvantage, although it's not all lost.